What is up, YouTube? We've got Sugar Rush Part 2. We got 10 heroes, 2 earnable cards, 2 LTDs. Let's not waste any time. Hop right into the content. Starting off with Ryan Fitzpatrick, 95 overall. You can get him from 25 wins in House Rules. The unique thing about this card, he has 3 custom ability buckets. The only bad part, only 95 overall, so there isn't too many crazy combinations, but you can get some discounted AP abilities for this Ryan Fitzpatrick. Ray Lewis is the solo challenge card. He has the same kind of thing. I don't know the exact X factor, but it's like the Marshawn Lynch, I'm pretty sure, where every 2 plays, his X factor is going to activate and be on for 2 plays and off for 2 plays. Hopping into the heroes, 96 Buda Baker, 96 speed, an upgrade from his 93 Zero Chill. A pretty solid card, definitely deserving of an upgrade. 90s across the board, at least on every single stat, so pretty balanced card, I'd say. Devon Hamilton, defensive tackle, gonna be more of your run stuffer. 97 block shed, 90 power move, not the best finesse move, but that doesn't really matter too much on a run stopping defensive tackle. Devon Hamilton. Next up, we've got Eric Wilson, a little bit of a coverage linebacker. We're getting a lot of these lately. Isn't gonna rush the passer with 68 finesse move, 58 power move, but good speed, good acceleration, decent block shed, strength not really there. I would like to see the zone coverage stat on Eric Wilson. I'm going to say Odefe, Owe, hopefully I don't mispronounce that, but an upgrade from his Rising Star. Great card, easily had a great rookie year, I do believe. 94 speed, isn't going to get the finesse move of 68, but 97 power move, 97 block shed. That's an amazing card. And then Divine Diablo, his Rising Star was one of my favorite cards. I've used 3 users this year, right? Cam Chancellor, Divine Diablo, and Ted Hendricks. Divine Diablo, 6'3 safety, 96 speed. I mean, just look at the card. He's going to be one of the best users in the game, even only at 6'3 Divine Diablo. Maybe potentially a golden ticket. I would like to see a golden ticket. Divine Diablo. Sam Darnold, another quarterback that shouldn't be higher rated than Patrick Mahomes in the game right now. Not going to talk about that. Sam Darnold, awful. Robert Woods, another USC Trojan. Yuck, but 96 overall, 96 speed. For me, that seems really, really good for Robert Woods. A route runner archetype. Of course, what is it? Bills, Rams, and Titans theme team. Pretty good card across the board. I want to say he's 6 foot or 6'1". I'm not even going to pronounce the first name. I'm just going to say Vitae, right guard at 96 overall. I do believe he is an 88 or a 93 team builder, but Lions team gets a little bit better there. CJ Uzama, of course, newly signed to the New York Jets. Not the fastest tight end, but tight ends really, other than tight end we're going to get to. Tight ends really haven't been given the greatest speed this year, but great run blocking with 90, so a little bit of a dual kind of use tight end. Donovan Smith, left tackle. Buccaneers team gets an upgrade. Lineman, not too much to talk about there, but that's all for the heroes and the playable or the earnable cards. Let's hop in now to the champions. The first of our champions is going to be 98 overall, Michael Irvin, 6'2 physical archetype. I do think he's only Cowboys theme team. You're pretty basic wide receiver across the board. Not going to be over the top fast, but 96 speed is good enough to easily get 99 with strat cards. And you know, it's Michael Irvin. He had a card other than that, Zero Chill, 95 overall, so he's getting 2 kind of program champion cards. Cool of him to get an upgrade. Ty Law, I think the only downside with this card is the height at 5'11", not the tallest, but I mean, what he has, Chiefs, Jets, Patriots, and I think he has like 2 or 3 other theme teams. I don't know him off the top of my head, but Ty Law, an upgrade from his bow nose. His card across the board, great speed, really just great everything. Lowest stat on his face cards is 94 Player and then 96 Excel. Everything else at least 97 or 98. Mike Singletary, I know a lot of people are disappointed that he got chosen for a champion, but you got to understand there's got to be some boring. There has to be some middle linebackers. What sucks for Mike Singletary is he is also 5'11". He is a very short middle linebacker, so he's not going to jump really, and he's pretty short. 94 speed, and the rest of his stats are amazing, but you got to have some duds in really all programs because they got to get the L's out of the way to get to the W's. And speaking of W's, Kyle Pitts, now the fastest tight in the game, 6'6 or 6'7". Kyle Pitts, his blitz card was still used to this day in the meta. This card is going to be easily the best tight in the game. The only downside, I guess you could say, 84 run blocking is not the best, but Kyle Pitts, I mean, 96 speed, 76 strength, I guess, is another weakness, but Kyle Pitts, an amazing card. The first LTD, the offensive LTD, is going to be Bruce Matthews. And it seems like we've gotten 5 LTD centers, but we got Kelsey, Humphrey, and then I think we got 1, and we just got a kind of another center, but we've gotten so many high overall centers. Bruce Matthews, another USC Trojan, getting an upgrade. Kind of disgusting, but 99 overall, Bruce Matthews, probably the best center now in the game. And then the other LTD is going to be Lawrence Taylor, complete menace to society on and off the field. 95 speed, 99 power move, 98 finesse move. I think the best outside linebacker in the game, although his speed maybe could have been like 96 or 97, the way they've given out speed this year. But Lawrence Taylor, I'm happy that we didn't get 2 LTD kind of duds. Training and candy really will have a great demand kind of throughout this weekend, so I'm happy about that. Now let's gonna hop into the market implications. First up, and I want to get this one out of the way first because it's different from all the rest, but Lawrence Taylor most feared, and I actually do like selling right now. Him also being a most feared card, he really just can't go up too much in price because you can just do the set over and over and over again. We also saw with Jalen Ramsey and Lamar Jackson, their cards are going to be expensive as an LTD. Lawrence Taylor, I think anything above 90K is a solid sell-off price. Kyle Pitts though, and we're going to get kind of into the rest of these cards. It's going to be very similar. You guys know how I feel about what to do with investments when they hit, especially if they are set cards, champion cards, more like specifically Kyle Pitts though, his team of the week currently at about 30K and his Redux card at about 260. You already know the answer, what I'm going to tell you. We're going to wait on Kyle Pitts and his team of the week too. I'd say wait, look to sell off by the afternoon tomorrow, but I will say don't hold till Sunday. That's a big thing. Don't hold till Sunday. I'd say probably sell off by Friday night. I think Kyle Pitts, and we'll get into some comparisons, but I just can't see a way where Kyle Pitts isn't above like 325. That's where he was initially on the reveal of his card. But take a look at a couple examples from the past few weeks that are similar to Kyle Pitts. Redux Evan Ingram, okay, on announcement, he goes from about 120 to 345K. And then when he actually gets put into the game, he goes from 345 to 650. So it's a very similar kind of path to what Kyle Pitts is going through right now. Went from about 150 to 300, and now he's sitting at about 300. I could see him go up a little bit further. You got to understand, his champion card is going to be 300,000 coins. Not that expensive. Bonus Calvin Johnson last week, pretty similar, right? 120 to 185 on announcement. When he got actually put into the game, goes from 185 to 225. Then even legend Brian Dawkins last week goes from about 70K to 178 on reveal. And then when he actually gets put in the game, he actually, I know it says 214. I sold one of my Brandon Dawkins for 245, and I sold the other one for 295. So you can easily see that the rest of these cards we're going to be talking about in this video, it's very simple. You're just going to want to hold, and they should go up another like 10, 15% at least at the minimum going into like tomorrow afternoon. But Tyler Law going for 178, 175 basically. Almost the same price as Calvin Johnson was last week when he got revealed. I think easily we can get 215, 225 for Ty Law. Michael Irvin, a little bit different because he's an easier set to complete as a zero chill. Maybe try to squeeze out 150K, but it should be pretty easy since there's not a lot of Michael Irvin's up on the block. And then Mike Singletary, as bad as his card is, his bonos was not, I didn't have any invested in. Not a lot of people were invested into Mike Singletary. Trust me, there are people that are going to want him for their team. There are not a lot of bonos Mike Singletary in circulation. I think he easily gets to 200,000 coins, even though his card is not that good. And then finally, Robert Woods, one of the investments I had as a Redux, even though he only got a hero, he has seen really a spike from about 35, 32,000 coins all the way up, and he was 100K on reveal. He's kind of trickled back down to around the 65, 75K mark. Leo Collins last week went up to 100K. He had that 96 overall hero. Same with Aaron Jones. So I want to get 100K for that Robert Woods Redux. I think he's actually a pretty decent card. But that's going to be all for of our player investments. Let's hop into the candy in the training market. And finally, to wrap up this video, we're just going to be talking a little bit about the candy in the training market. Of course, there now is going to be an added demand to both candy and training with LTDs being in rerolls. So I do suggest if you can, buy your candy. Well, not necessarily buy your, I would say prioritize buying training today just because there's absolutely zero demand for training right now, but there will be tomorrow. While candy, there's still eggs. So candy is going to drop a little bit tomorrow morning. I do think just like it did last Friday, how candy was at its cheapest in the morning, and then throughout the weekend, it kind of rose. I see the same thing happening with both the training and the candy market as we get that kind of last second, like Christmas shopping rush, the Easter egg last minute rush. I see candy really just slowly rising from Friday morning throughout the weekend, of course, until Sunday morning when the eggs hatch. So sort of priority, I'd say pick up your training. You can easily get some Madden machines, some Ultimate Legends, some Team of the Year 96 overalls for under like 113, 114. Candy right now sitting at about 120. I do think it's just smart and it's safe to just pick up right now, although you might be able to get some for a little bit cheaper just on the initial flood when everyone opens their reels tomorrow morning. You might be able to pick some candy a little bit cheaper than that, but throughout the day, it's going to rise. So if you're not able to get on tomorrow morning, I would say pick up some candy right now. It's pretty easy to pick up at like 115, 116K for a 96 overall. But that is going to be all for part 2 of the Sugar Rush program. I don't think we're getting a part 3 unless I miss something in the Good Morning Madden stream a little bit later than this video, but we're gonna have a bunch of videos dropping in the next few days. I mean, I'm gonna have Easter egg predictions, what to do with your Easter eggs. Either you should quick sell them, you should hold them, kind of a NFL draft investment guide, as well as kind of a Easter kind of investment, what to do Easter morning when it comes to the training or the market crash and all that stuff. If you haven't watched my video earlier today, though, it kind of talks about what to sell from your team, like if you should sell your team, what players you should sell, what players you should hold. There are some intricacies with that process. But that's all for this video. Comment if you have any questions, like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and until next time, peace.